Hello, it's me, Flower Child 567, and thank God it's Friday. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Here we are, and you know what Friday means for those of you who tune in? It's the Tamriel Storyteller Hour, in which I share lore and we look at locations sometimes and have just I don't know, some fun. So if you're on a break, a lunch break, or something, grab something to drink and nibble on and kick back and just uh, yeah, just be here. Be here now. Um, all right, so I'm going to start us off with all the normal good stuff. So here we are. We're gonna oh, and I guess you're wondering why I'm in leathers, well, and my hair's back. Well, that's because this weekend is an event for the battlegrounds, and I plan to go in and do some battleground for the event. All right, let's light our candles. Oh yes, there we have it. And then open it up and then pull out the apocryphal tome. Yes, now we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and open the portal. Whoopsie. Did you guys miss me? I wasn't here last Friday. I wasn't here last Friday because I was in Texas. Actually, last Friday I was traveling to Texas, and now I'm back. All right, let's see. Let's open up. What's this? What's this? What do I want to look at today? Oh, whoa, that's pretty awesome. Well, I'm not going to be dealing with dragon lore today, but that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll have to remember that for when I do deal with dragon lore. I'm going to continue with high elf lore. I'm a high elf. That's my race. I'm an Aldemiri Dominion Alliance. So that means I wear the yellow. And as a high elf, of course, my main map is down here in Somerset, right there. And Somerset, we talked about it last time, is kind of like the heart center of the high elves. I have two houses currently in Somerset down here in Alanor, which is sort of our capital. Think of it as our capital. But I have the Alanor Crest Townhouse, which of course is right there. And the Way Shrine is right there. And that's on the lower part of Alanor. But I also have an apartment. I live up here in the Golden Griffin Garret. But I use it for something other than sleep. Last time, as we took a look at our history and sort of the evolutionary process that the High Elves went through with regards to their entry into Tamriel and all of that, is we went to Shimmery. Do you remember? So sorry. We went to Shimmerine and we walked through all of that. And today I'm gonna take you up here to the Crystal Tower Way Shrine. I don't know if maybe into the Illumination Academy. Not quite sure. But let me just go ahead and start off a little bit by sharing. I just want to share with you some of our religion and philosophy. First of all, the Creathan myth. Wow. Okay, the creation myth of the Altmere, which is what I am, begins before the start of the Dawn era and the beginning of time, basically. And it was the primordial force of Anu, stasis or order that created Anuel and the soul of all things, right? And Anuel was created so it could know itself, sort of a consciousness. Think of it as a consciousness. And then Anuel in turn created Sithis for the same purpose. And Sithis is the force of change and chaos and the sum up of all limitations. And their interrelation created the Anubis. Oh my gosh, I think I need some water. It's early for me. Can you tell I'm not long out of bed? Cheers. All right. Anyways, I think that Arubis is where the original spirits, the Aedra and the Daedra, come from. And they emerged before the creation of the Mundus, right? The ancient Altmer believed that they are the relatively feeble descendants of the Aedra. And basically, Aedra means ancestor spirit, okay? It's the aspect of those Aedra who populated the Mundus so that it might last despite Lorcham's deception. Which, if you go back to my very first Tamriel Storyteller Hour, I'm reading some of this lore. I'm reading the creation myths. And the High Elves really tap into that creation myth, the original creation myths. All right, so we have a hierarchical society, and it developed, and the lower classes stopped worshiping their own lesser Aedra in favor of those who claimed by their social betters. So the Altmer pantheon slowly formed around the most popular and well-known of the Aedra, many of whom would later be incorporated into the 9 divines, which this place we're standing in is dedicated to the 9 divines, isn't it? And those of you who've been with me from the beginning or have gone back and listened on YouTube to my past episodes know the 9 divines. But the transition and choices that were made have not gone without detractors. The principal 8 are Ariel, Magnus, Trinimac, Ifri or Jifri, Xerxes, Mara, Stendar, and Sirabane, though any limitation to 8 is unrecognized by Altmer outside the Empire, with significant additional cults that are dedicated to Finaster and Lorcam. And the numbers 3, 5, and 8 are noted to be sacred numbers in Altmer culture. Okay? And in this developed form, Altmer religion venerates Ariel as the soul of Anuel. Ariel allowed Lorcham's creation of the mortal world in a moment of weakness, an enormity that served the Aldmir from their eternal spirit world. And realizing his folly, he led their armies to defeat the trickster god and establish the first Altmer kingdoms, Altmora and Old Enofe, before ascending into heaven. And of course the Altmer aspire to follow and join their Aedric ancestors among the stars. And Xerxes is believed to have been a scribe or priest of Ariel who attained godhood and originated and preserves the intricate structure of Altmer society. And he is said to keep records of the lives of every Altmer and of all the bonds of lineage that connect them. And his scribe priests are professed to preserve the knowledge of an ancient and otherwise forgotten language. The priests of Ariel teach that the hand of Ariel, the eye of Magnus, the arm of Trinimac, the bones of Ifri, the mouth of Xarxes, and the heart of Mara form a single divine body, which must be venerated as one, and with which the Altmer themselves are one. So, and then of course we've got Stendar, right, in our Altmer myth. And he's sort of an apologist of men, okay, for men. And the views on Stendar are sharply divided. Some Altmer reject his worship owing to his connection, while others venerate him for undertaking the heavy burden with compassion and mercy. And I think last time I sang to you Praise Be, which is our popular hymn. And of course, if you recall, it did include a verse of praise for Stendar, which is absent from the circulated written edition. So, the roots of Altmer superstition, holding that the number 2 is inauspicious, likely also lie in the belief that it is the number of man. In the 4th era, the Talmor have made it their objective to eradicate the cult of the man-turned-god Talos throughout Tamriel. So there you have that, huh? Our religion and philosophy is much deeper than that. That's just sort of, I think everybody kind of gets to know that one. All right, let's travel. Let's go visit some of our land. So first, come here. Let me sprinkle you with my dust so that you can follow me as we move about the ethers. Here you go. Come here, my pixie dust. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Very nice. And let's see. We got to find the location that we're going to. So let me just bring out the orb so I can locate astrally which is right there. Okay, and let's open up the portal and then we'll just fly there. How's that? We'll just translocate. Here we go. All right, my friends. So we're going to go to my house, and it is a classic Alinor townhouse, and we'll come outside of it. Oh, a little visit to Somerset, the birthplace of civilization and magic. Yes, we are the magic. Did you not know that? We are the magic. There's my little house right there. And I called it fitting a high elf house. It's on the housing tour. So if you ever want to take a peek in it, feel free. Feel free. All right. But what I want to do is come to the teleport here. And we'll go up. See how close it is? And then, of course, here's all the guild traders right in through here. And you got the Mages Guild and the bank over there. It's a really nice location for a home. All right, here we go. Let's see. We want to go up here. We're going to go up to the Crystal Tower Way Shrine. Here we are. All right. There's the librarian, Kenwood's X. Hello. He doesn't know I'm talking to him, but I am. This is a beautiful location, first of all. I just want to show you. Crystal Tower. There's a lot of mythology or myth on the Crystal Tower. And it's well worth knowing. So I'm bringing you up to a very important location in our training. And if you'll notice, it's not on the map. It doesn't have a name on the map because it's a secret place. Here we are. And you can't get in through the regular door. You have to go through a side entrance. Oh, maybe I've forgotten how to get in. It's been a while. Oh no! How do I get in? I forgot. Well, my friends, guess what? Down there. Ow! Down there is the dungeon. If you've never been to that dungeon, it is the dungeon that takes you into Carn Waston Public Dungeon. All right. Well, let me stand here and talk to you a little bit more as I remember how to go. I thought it was right up here. Maybe I went up too high. Or maybe I didn't go up high enough. Or maybe I went to the wrong side. Or maybe you're not meant to see how to get in. Maybe this isn't a place for you, since after all, you aren't a high elf. Now let me see. Well, by golly, guess what? Maybe I went to the wrong place. I think I went to the wrong place. Well, how embarrassing. But you know what? It's just a game. So, let me take you down. Back down. It's still a beautiful location, I think. What's this? What's this? The watchtower. But that's not where we want to go. Oh dear. This is what happens when I don't look at things before. Alright, let's go here. Let's go down to this one right here. And then let's go to the Illumination Academy. Baby griffins. Did you see how cute they are? Little baby griffins floating around there. Oh yeah. This is where we wanted to be. I'm sorry, you guys. That other place though is a quest. It's a very cool quest. If you ever want to go on a cool quest and you haven't done this yet. This is a beautiful place, isn't it? Look at, there's someone. This is where people can go and train in all the arts. Let me take you out here so you can see what we're overlooking. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, let me read you some lore, okay? Alrighty. Now, here we go. I'm going to read to you on the College of Sephirah. The College of Sephirahs. It lies to the west of Elderscrolls on a small island outcropping that rises from the sea. The general public cannot access the compound, not without obtaining the permission of the poor. That's where I want to take you. That's where I want to take you. See? Tells you how much I pay attention to my own lore. I think this is Elderscrolls right there. All right, let's see how much it is. Let's go back to the way. I'm sorry. I'm taking you on a... We're going to go back to the way shrine. Because I'm taking you there. Today you're just getting a little sightseeing tour. How's that? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, you know, most of my storyteller hours are pretty orchestrated, aren't they? So today you just get to have kind of a helter-skelter one. Because, you know, the truth is, that's kind of the mood I'm in. Helter-skelter. All right, let's come down here. All right. Sorry. Okay.
I'm desperate.
Oh, sorry you're desperate, but you don't allow me to give you any money. All right, let's see. Where are we going? I need to go the other way. Here we go. We're going to the College of the Sephirahs. Now, this is a beat-up location. I just want to read to you about it before I take you any farther. Okay. So, this is where the training happens, right? And I've already read this to you. And the true wonder of the College of Sephirahs, though not counting our connection to the Crystal Tower, is the massive maze of chambers and corridors beneath the main compound. And this is known as the Labyrinth. And it serves a number of functions, of course, but its most celebrated use revolves around the matriculation of the royal heirs of Alinar. When an heir, such as myself, to the throne reaches the appropriate age, we go to the Sephirahs Labyrinth to study the ultimary regal praxis and ceremoniarchy for 3,555 days before being crowned And this chronicle is quite certain of that. So I just wanted to share that with you because it's pretty auspicious. And of course, you know, we live to be hundreds and hundreds of years old. All right, here we go. Let me show you. I'm going to take you to the labyrinth. Anyways, the main door, the main entry is up here, but you cannot get in through the main door. Look at this view, though. Tell me that isn't regal. I might be able to get in, though. Nope. Yes, I can get in. But there's a side sneaky door. I can only get in because I've done the quest and everything. But here it is, the college. And of course it's overrun. So there's a lot of activity going. And we want to go down into the labyrinth. Let me think how to get there. Here's our library overtaken by this Daedric Orber. And there's another. Is this the door I want? No, the door I want is... Oh, where'd you come from? I bet you didn't think you were going to get a little fight, did you? Oh gosh, there's all kinds of things in there. Ah. Okay, here's our labyrinth. There's all kinds of things in here.
The Valor has sealed this place, mortal flea!
Nope. Alright, I know this is story time. Story time hour.
They cannot hope to win.
But I am trying to show you something. I am. So this is the whole area where you have to study to become an heir.
The Valor has sealed this place, mortal flea!
Towards it.
Oh, all right. going? Where are you going? All right, there you have it. Okay. Did you see I just got the High Elf Altar Antiquity lead right here. So I just wanted to share with you that you have to come down into the labyrinth and fight these guys. But every time I come and kill these guys, I get that lead. So I hope you paid attention. It's a very beautiful altar. And sometimes it's just fun knowing where to get those leads, huh? Alright, and we're back out. And we'll head out of here. So I came across on that side. All I did was run in a circle across this area. And you can see down there it just goes on and on and on. This place is well worth coming. It's a great place also to get XPs, by the way. Shows you all the work that's being done. We're just gonna head out. If I can find the way out. Oh shoot, this is one of the older ones where you gotta kill before you can get out. Alright, here's the courtyard. Okay, let's find a place to sit so I can read you another lore. Look at how beautiful this is. It's just, let me get rid of my little matriarch. It's just so pretty. Isn't this lovely? Okay, let's take a look at some of our lore. Hope you're having a great Friday, wherever you are in the world. And the things are going your way. Alright, the next lore book I want to read to you. Look at my little... Oh, that's not mine. That just lives here. It's playing with my little dragonfly. It's too cute. Too cute. Going to read A Reflection of Open Borders. I read the Open Borders last time, so now I'm going to... This is a rejection of Open Borders. This is written by Kinlady Avance of Shimmeries. She's a member of Somerset nobility, and she explains her opposition to the Queen's decree. The unforeseen Queen continues to impose her radical ideas upon her loyal subjects, inflicting all manner of change and sorrow upon this pristine and uncompromising land. Her attempts to elevate the other races and put them on equal footing with the Altmer is simply unnatural. Everyone knows the value of high elven supremacy, so why try to weaken it with these impure and totally unwarranted decrees? Let it be known that the people of Shimmerine and their kinlady shall endeavor to do everything in our power to oppose this unreasonable and ultimately dangerous decree. Why do I reject an end to the pristine nature of Somerset? Why? Because of logic, of course. It is a well-documented fact that the Altmere are superior in every way to the lesser races that share our world. After all, who else can trace their lineage directly to the Aedra? We proudly proclaim our divine heritage. Unlike the other races, we are not the creations of gods. We are their descendants. Our genetic lineage can be traced to the original Aldmere race through the Elonofe, to the divine Et Ada themselves. For this reason, and this reason alone, we should be permitted to preserve our bloodlines and maintain the sanctity of our perfect island home. Should the adventurous queen desire more proof, we need only to look to our stature, our golden hue, and our natural inclination toward magic. The other races cannot compete with us in intellectual pursuits. They just aren't equipped for such a battle. Ours is the first true culture of Tamriel, and we remained the most civilized of all the races. This fact cannot be refuted. We provided the basis for religion, language, and even architecture, and our influence can be seen across the continent. For all that we have provided, we should be allowed to keep a small piece of the world as solely our own. Beyond these self-evident truths, we must consider the poor, lesser races as well. How cruel it will be to subject them to the rigors and requirements of our exacting culture and societal mores. They simply aren't equipped to handle the precision our customs and traditions demand. Should we embrace them for these failings? Or worse yet, should we amplify their deficiencies by setting a lesser standard for them to adhere to? They would call us cruel, and rightly so. Let us keep the metaphorical gates closed, and then neither side will suffer any sorrow or discomfort. Allowing the lesser races to migrate to Somerset doesn't do them any favors. Quite the opposite. It will ultimately hurt them in the end. Keep Somerset pure. Keep Somerset pristine. Keep Somerset for the Altmere. Anything else makes no sense whatsoever. Now, I have to agree with that, because when you think about it, every other race has its own stronghold, and they keep the doors closed to other races. So why should the Altmere have to share our realm? Dear, dear, dear me. I can't help it that we're supreme. I can't help it that we're so civilized, and I certainly cannot help it that our architecture is the best in all of Tamriel. Our gardens the most beautiful. Our scholarly education the most profound. No, I can't help any of that. Well, all right. I know, it's when I'm in my homeland and when I'm here where I shall become the next ruler. It's very hard for me to maintain my normal position. I do become quite amorous with my race. Certainly you do with yours. Oh well. Look at what a picture, huh? The mists of the ocean rising up. So, now let's talk about something, shall we? I think it might be time for us to take a look at this beautiful city right here and recognize that it is indeed a stronghold, though no one can live here. Everything that is needed is right here. Yes, indeed. Well, my friends, I'm going to tell you something. It was really, really hard and difficult for me to try to have anything bad to say about any of my countrymen, my race's history and tales and doings, such and such. But I assure you that when in need, the best person to go talk to is a high elf. We're always willing to help the less fortunate and the needy. And we're always willing to help you find a way to do anything, because we are the epitome of what? We're the epitome of a helping hand. And those of you who criticize us and simply don't ask us for help, well, that's your problem, not ours. Anyways. All right, let's look at that. Let's look at one thing, shall we? Because it's pretty exciting that I got it. And the antiquity, a high elf crystal altar. This is a lesson, right? If you haven't started the antiquities yet, there's no better time than now. And if you need to know where to do that just ask a high elf. We'll direct you where to go. Yes, indeed, we will. All right, anyways. I have fun sometimes. What can I say? I think high elves, though, I want to just talk to you a little bit about the race and our attributes just for a few minutes. Let's see, where is it? Is it near where I am? Oh, it's on the other side of the map. Okay. Well, let me just stand here, and again, you can take a look at some of our landscape in Somerset, because it's very diverse, and here's where you find a lot of really magnificent coral designs and stuff. I mean, check that out. Okay, now let's take a look, shall we? Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you about is I just want to tell you about let me get it here. I want to tell you about some of our skill perks, because we do have some skill perks, and it really complements our lore-based abilities with a focus on improved magicka pool and regeneration, and our destructive magic abilities that are really important. And we have what's called a highborn. We have a spell recharge. We have a Sirabane's boon, a spell recharge 2, and a Sirabane's boon 2. And our damage values are based on maximum magicka stamina of 12,000, maximum health 16,000, and weapon spell damage 1,000. So our Highborn ability is a passive ability, but it increases our experience gain with the Destruction Staff skill line by 15% and increases our experience gained by 1%. And when we activate an ability, we restore 200 magicka or stamina based on whichever is lowest, and this effect can occur once every 6 seconds. So when using an ability with a channel or cast time, you take 1% less damage. And then our spell recharge, when we activate an ability, we restore 400 magicka or stamina based on whichever is lowest. This effect really can occur once every 6 seconds. And when you are using an ability with a channel or cast time, we take 2% less damage. And when you activate an ability, we restore 625 magicka or stamina based on whichever is lowest. And this effect can occur once every 6 seconds. And when we're using an ability with a channel or cast time, we take 5% less damage. The Sirabane's boon increases our magicka by 600. Our increases max magicka by 1200. And then at 40, player level 40, it increases max magicka by 2000. I didn't say that right too, I'm sorry. When you get to level 10, it increases your max magicka by 600. When you get to level 20, it increases your max magicka by 1200. And then of course when you get to 40, it increases your max magicka by 2000. And the elemental talent, it increases our weapon and spell damage by 86 at level 25. At level 35, it increases our weapon and spell damage by 172. And at level 50, it increases our weapon and spell damage by 258. So the cool thing about it is that if you are a magicka, if you're a sorcerer, I personally feel that this is the best race to be because the whole baseline is magicka, you know. But if you've never played with a sorcerer with high stamina or equal stamina, that might be something to investigate. All right. Well, my friends, that's it for today. And I'm gonna do Psijic. I'm gonna start the Psijic order as of next week. So it's sort of a branch off of the, when you think about it, it's sort of a branch off of the High Elves, Mages Guild, right? But that has its own map too, the Artaeum map. We're going to go here and take a look at things. I actually have the Psijic Villa, Grand Psijic Villa, which I'll share and show, but we'll be looking at the lore of the Psijics. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, and have fun in the Battleground event this weekend. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye for now. See you next week.